Okay, welcome everyone. As we are sponsored by the Fisher family, Nishmas Baski Bas Rabbi Shlomo ben Avram Alevi, Pel Bas Ruvain. We're also sponsored by Nishmas David ben Chaim, Lefu Shalem Fel Yomis Mechai Sar Yaakov ben Basi Aleya. The schutz of Avram ben Yom Benish B'Malk Yudis by Yo Klugman and family, and also Lefu Shalem for Avigdor ben Rivka. My shver will be going for another surgery on Monday. He will be going to pre-op with my Rebbetzin. We'll take him there tomorrow to Manhattan. So he has a little bit of a journey ahead of him. And it's not a big surgery like he once had, but it is a life-altering surgery. He has to have it. So let's have him in mind. Also for my Shviger, who is healing somewhat in the Bas Chayesara, and Chana Bas Shoshabina for Yitzhak ben Siyam ben Dusha, Meir ben Esther Fradel, and for Meir ben Chayesar, they should have a refuah shalema b'seich shachel Yisrael. We're holding Mishna Yud Ches, Chaitzim Leben, Reb Shimon ben Elazar Reimer. There's certain things that you shouldn't try to do. Al Turatze es chavercha b'shas kasei. Don't try to appease somebody when they're angry. You know, a person that's angry is temporary out of commission. As Rav Irving Bunim, Zechet Tzadik Livracha, Schus Young Aleinu said, the brain is in park. So don't try to reason with them. Here's a person, his wife is yelling at him, and he's telling her, what are you yelling at me? You did the same thing yesterday. Now, it's true, but her brain is in park. And it's just meaningless to try to reason with somebody when they're angry. And by the way, we learned this out from the Rebbeinu Shalom. Of course, there's no anger by the Rebbeinu Shalom, but he demonstrates. So he said by the Chet Egel, he told Moshe Rabbeinu, Chavei ma'at rega ad yavar zam. Hide until my anger passes. Don't even try to talk now. So he demonstrated this. Don't try to reason with somebody when they're angry. And the ultimate nachamenu b'shosha meisei muta lefanav. People come to the funeral home, and the mourners are sitting in front of the mace, and they start telling the person, you know, it'll get better, time will heal, all these platitudes, and they're true. But it doesn't help b'shosha meisei muta lefanav. That's not the time to give people comfort. Now we have to know that by Nidorim there is something called a Pesach. A Pesach means that you could go to a Chacham, either a panel of three or a Chacham Mumcha, Yachid Mumcha, and you could say that they could help you find a Pesach. That if you would have known this, would you have made the neder? And that's a way that could be matter the neder. Like I always say an example. Somebody said, koinem paprika alai. He made a neder not to have paprika. So you could tell him, if you would have known that you wouldn't be able to have kiddush cholent, kiddush cholent has paprika, would you have made that neder? Oh, I didn't think of that. Oh, if I would have known about that, I would have never made the neder. So that's a Pesach. You can be matter in it. Don't, when a person is making a neder, al tishaloi b'shas neder. It doesn't say, yeah, you have this in mind when you're making a neder, because at the time that he's making a neder, he's angry. He'll say, yeah, I made it for no matter what. So that's not the time to give him a Pesach. V'al tishtadel lirois b'shas kalkalasai. And don't look at a person when he's sinning. Don't look at a person at the time of his embarrassment. Try to avoid. And by the way, there is something in humanity that just errs in this area. There's a Hatzalah call, and people are all craning their neck to look. Even if it's a woman. And here they're opening up her blouse and they're putting on the EKG, and people are looking. Don't look at a person b'shas kalkalosai. What are you doing? You want to do something? Turn aside and say a kapitel tilim. That you could do. You know, I have that custom. I see a Hatzalah ambulance, I hear a Hatzalah ambulance, I say kapitel tilim. They should get to the hospital in time. The doctor should know what to do. They should get to the doctor quickly. Now here, this is very unusual. In the next Mishnah, Shmuel HaKatan chooses to say over a pasuk. Here he is given a zechiyah to have a shir. He's not called Shmuel HaKatan for nothing. Shmuel the humble. He says a pasuk, "B'nefol ayivcha al tismach." When your enemy falls, don't be happy, don't rejoice. Ubikashlei, and if he stumbles, al yogel libecha, don't let your heart be happy. Pen yira Hashem, lest Hashem see, v'rab einav, and Hashem doesn't like it. Remember, we're all banim lamakim, so we're all brothers. Hashem doesn't like that. And he'll take his anger away from him and direct it to you. So don't be happy when an enemy falters, when you see somebody stumble. Also, before I say this, I want to wish in the name of the entire Kehillah, Rav Trapper and his Rebbetzin and the family on the birth of an Einikel, Chaya, should be Zeichel Legadol, Leben Torah, Lechuppah, Lemaisim Tovim, and Mirz Hashem by the Chasana. There will be a Kiddush this Shabbos in honor of Chayla. Rav Chanani ben Akasha